Hey, this is Andy Brown. I'm the head instructor at the Clymer School of Real Estate, and this is part of my real estate expert video interview series to help you out there who might be watching this. And my guest today is one of my old buddies in the business, Chris Brown. Chris is a loan officer at Certified Mortgage Planners in Lake Mary. He's been a mortgage professional for over 14 years here in Central Florida. Also, I don't know if you're familiar with a magazine, a nationwide magazine called National Mortgage Professional Magazine. Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm.
But he set a record with them. He was selected a record 5 times in a row as one of the top influential mortgage professionals in the country under the 40 years of age. Which that may not happen again, but that's for other reasons. He did set a record 5 times in a row. He's also the head coach at feettothefirecoaching.com. It's a sales performance training company for especially for people in the real estate industry, but for anybody who's interested in improving their performance. And as far as we go here at the Clymer School of Real Estate and what we're trying to do, I asked him to sit down for a few minutes and maybe give a few nuggets out about what are the top 3 things that brand new agents should focus on and do from day one right out of the gate.
Yeah, gosh, there's a heck of a lot more than just 3.
I know it's a
there.
tough one.
And narrowing that down will be a challenge, yet we'll do our very best.
Good.
So I think the first thing someone can do is begin to write down all the names of people that they know. Because real estate is a people business, and nobody buys real estate except people. So we definitely got to make sure we've got as large a pool as possible for those that we have the ability to talk to. Because not only do you need to have people on your list, they need to know you're in real estate. So we've got to begin communicating that to them. So my suggestion to people is usually, Andy, write down everybody you know without judgment. Okay, they may not be able to buy a house. That's not the point. The point is to establish the behavior in your business to write down everybody.
You know, somebody told me to do that one time, and I sat down, and it was one of the weirdest feeling exercises I've ever tried to do.
Yeah.
But what I found is I had to break through a mental wall.
Yep.
And once I broke through that, I couldn't stop writing down names, but that it was weird in the beginning.
And that's a big statement, because people are going to have a lot of mental walls to break through as they move into real estate. Yet when you write down somebody's name, you may not know if that person can or will do anything when it comes to real estate. Yet what you really don't know is if the writing down of that name will generate a memory jogger for a whole host of other people that you can begin writing down on that list. Now, the next part of that is going to be you need a central place to put all of these names, some kind of electronic database where you can sort the data that you need. Now, people can simply start with an Excel spreadsheet. Ultimately, when some revenue is coming in, or if they have the seed money to be able to do it, they can go ahead and invest in a CRM, which is a client relationship manager, as you know, in order to start being able to drip on folks as well.
And you know, I preach that at the Post 45. I think that's critical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Critical.
So a next best step is going to be get a mentor, get a coach. You know, the good news is success leaves clues, and you don't have to go out there and reinvent everything on your own. When you combine the thought that success leaves clues and not all tasks are created equal, if somebody that's just getting started in real estate simply replicates what has been done and what top performers do, ultimately they will reduce the timeline in which they are having breakthrough results.
Right.
You know?
Again, that's what people don't see when they get started.
Yeah. And
they're looking right in front of them, and they're not looking at the next 90 days, much less the next year.
Because as you get into real estate, you are becoming a business owner. Now, you may not own it, however, because you've got to hang your shingle somewhere.
Right.
However, what you do depends on you, and what you do depends on you. It's a double-edged sword.
I know.
To be sure.
And I know you like saying that.
I do.
Right here you are.
Well, it's just like a reality that can hit people in the face if they're not anticipating it. So one of the things that a coach or a mentor can do is help create that accountability. Because a lot of times we know what we need to do, yet we'll let ourselves down before we'll let somebody else down.
Boy, that's so true.
And you need somebody that's going to hold your feet to the fire and make sure that you're doing those tasks that are necessary to create results.
Is that why you named your coaching company?
It absolutely is.
All right.
It absolutely is.
All right.
One of the big things I think that is overlooked in the coaching or mentorship world, though, is understanding that the words we use have a tremendous impact on the results that you'll get. And people underestimate or are fearful of the term scripts. And scripts are simply better ways to say something. Because are there more wrong ways to say things than there are right ways?
So I've been told.
Yeah. If you don't believe me, just ask your significant other. They can probably validate that statement.
Kids are a pretty good source of that.
They are. They certainly are. But that'll certainly create a reality around using the best words possible to create the result that you're looking for. And coaching can certainly help with that. Now, the last thing, or the third thing that I'd like to touch on that people should focus on is focus on the right things in your business. And that's not going to be on closings. And you're like, well, Chris, wait a minute. I thought closings is what it's all about. Well, from a results standpoint, yes, closings are ultimately where we all get paid in real estate. However, that's not what we need to be focused on, because you can't go and just have a closing. What we need to focus on is our behaviors, Andy,
right.
not our results. Because correct behavior will lead to the results we're looking for. Now, those correct behaviors are going to be phone calls, meeting with people face-to-face, handwritten note cards. These things that we actually can control whether we do that today or not. If you have enough phone calls, you will have closings. If you have enough meetings, you will have closings. If you have enough handwritten note cards, you will have closings. So focus on the things that you can control.
Beautiful. I know you're busy. I really appreciate your time and let me do this for my YouTube channel.
It's my pleasure.
If anybody's watching this and wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Probably email is going to be the best way to do that, and they can simply email me at chris@feettothefirecoaching.com.
Feettothefirecoaching.com.
Feettothefirecoaching.com.
All right. Thank you again. I know you're busy. Maybe in the near future, any chance I can pull on you again, sit down and maybe do some updates?
I'd love to be able to do that, Andy. I'm excited for the success you've had with the Clymer School of Real Estate, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, man.
All right.
Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.